So Wesley, you're new to the Expendables team and this is your acting comeback of sorts. How did it feel to know you were going back to acting alongside such a stellar cast?
Well, it's exciting. It's nice to be working. Nice to be working with some of the best and the best and be invited in and embraced in. That's a blast, I'm always going to act in some way, form, or fashion. That's what that's the cloth I'm cut from. But to be working with these guys and iconic film personalities, doesn't get much better, doesn't get much better than that,
And tell us a
Can you
little bit.
imagine what it's like just to be able to say that, down the road when I'm an old man and then I'm, boy and children, do you know I worked with? Well, I worked with them all. These are the guys that are the best ones, and I was the best one of them all, too. That's a blast, man. You become the best grandfather in the world, the coolest granddad in the world.
And tell us a little bit about your character, Dr. Death. He hasn't featured in any of the films so far, but he's actually been associated with the Expendables for a while, hasn't he?
Right, he was one of the original Expendables, but, he was a little roguish. As you can tell in the movie, he's a little crazy. And he likes to go off and do his own thing, so he goes and takes a mission on his own without the rest of the Expendables to back him up, and everything goes wrong. So he gets caught, and when they catch him, they rendition him and send him off to some place where nobody knows where the hell he's at. And it takes him a couple of years to find him, and then they go get him and they bring him back.
And tell us a little bit specifically about working with Sly. Of course, you've worked together before on Demolition Man, but what is it that makes him such a screen icon?
Besides his persona, besides his body, his physicality, his imagination, the fact that he is like the godfather and grandfather of the quote-unquote franchise, and he's a lot of fun to work with, And he likes what he does. He really likes this industry. He really likes acting. He likes filmmaking. And it comes across when he talks about it, whether he's on camera or off camera. And he treats other actors like they're special.
I felt that the filmmakers seem to have favoured more sort of real explosions and stunts in this rather than CGI. I wondered how much interaction you got on that front. Obviously, the train sequence at the start is pretty impressive. Did you get to do a lot of stunts?
Well, yeah. I mean, it gets pretty dangerous at times, This is not a sport for everybody. And don't try this at home, kids. It's not for everybody. You have to, it just takes a lot of practice and a lot of preparation. It takes being very, very aware of the risks that involve and a lot of prayer.
There's already been talk of an Expendables 4. The third one hasn't even come out yet. I wondered if you were to feature in the fourth one, who would be your dream addition to the cast?
Oh man. Well, I don't know. Wow. I mean, you got Sammo Hung, you got Jackie Chan, you got Fred Williamson, Jim Brown, you got Boy George, you got Elton John, you got
Elton John, that'd be big.
Imagine that.
And finally, Wesley, for
He has
those...
like a piano where like cannon shoot out when he plays a particular note and stuff just flies out.
And finally, Wesley, for those audiences who are excited about your return to the big screen in The Expendables 3, what would you say they can expect from this film, and particularly from Dr. Death?
Well, you're going to get your money's worth on this film, that's for sure. You're going to see a film that has some of the, probably the only film and film franchise in the world that has so many iconic top male action stars in one movie. You're going to get humor, you're going to get plenty of action, you're going to get a really good story that you can follow, and some surprises, some nice surprises. And for you ladies out there, you're going to get a lot of eye candy. You know what you want. Rawr.
Wesley Snipes, pleasure to speak with you.
All right.
Thank you very much, man.